Hello and welcome to another video from Minus Touch Toys, Game and Collectibles. And today we are continuing on our Action Man theme. So we're looking at today the 2006 release by Hasbro from their Action Man 40th anniversary series of Action Man figures, play sets and outfits and accessories. And this particular one we're looking at today is from their famous football clubs series of merchandise, and this particular one is of Tottenham Hotspur. Now, as you know, Action Man debuted in the UK in 1966. It was produced by or issued by Palitoy, licensed by Palitoy, was pretty much a copy of the G.I. Joe Action Soldier from the US that Hasbro had produced, and Palitoy was granted the license by Hasbro and marketed in the UK as Action Man. Simple reason for that, it was because there may well have been a thing about boys having dolls, so rather than call it a doll, it was called an Action Man action figure. There was 3 figures issued originally, which was the Action Soldier, the Action Sailor and the Action Pilot. And then, of course, they went on to produce all sorts of different Action Men, from talking Action Men to eagle-eyed Action Man, dynamic body Action Man, gripping hand Action Man. And there was multiple of uniforms and outfits and accessories and vehicles all produced for the Action Man range. And they were all really military based, apart from the very last few years of Action Man, when they started to move into adventure outfits, like fireman outfits and that kind of thing. But generally the whole series was military based, just as G.I. Joe was the American fighting man. The demise really happened with Palitoy, I believe, when the 3 3/4 inch action figure was released, which was really from the Star Wars saga, and was released by Kenner, and they were more affordable and more holdable for children. So I'm sure that's what produced or really started the decline of Action Man. And 1984 saw the closure of Palitoy for the final time. Action Man did make a brief return in 1995. Hasbro decided that the market was too big to leave alone, even though it had been 10 years since the last Action Man was released by Palitoy. They decided to do a relaunch, and they did. They relaunched Action Man in a slightly different sky. So it wasn't a military man, he was more like an action adventure man. Really a James Bond like figure, and he had mission cards and so on, and he had a couple of enemies, which was Dr. X and Professor Gangrene, and he would go off and battle those characters, and that ran from 95 to 2006. And in 2006 Hasbro licensed the release of the 40th anniversary Action Man series, which were all copies of the original Palitoy releases from the 1960s through to the 1970s. Okay, and this particular kit that we're looking at in front of us was an original release in the 1970s, and this particular one, as I say, is from the famous football club series, and it is of Tottenham Hotspur. And this is the packet in front of us, and it says Action Man, famous football clubs, and it's got Tottenham Hotspur and the old Tottenham badge there, and it's got contents: tracksuit top, shirt and numbers, shorts, socks, boots, ball, lapel badge and club history leaflet. And it says collect these stars towards your free Action Man gifts, and you got 3 stars, because in the original 1960s you could collect the 60s and 70s, you could collect the stars, attach them to your star card and send them away for a free gift from Palitoy. Okay, that's the front of the packet. Let's just turn it around and have a look at what we got on the back. Okay, so I've turned the pack around to the back, and on the back you've actually got a cut-out game, and it says place, shoot and target ball approximately 12 inches apart. To score, roll ball down, shoot at holes in target board. Numbers below holes indicate your score. So it's basically a cut out and fold together game, and you roll a ball down and drop them into the holes, and whatever you get in the hole, you score. It says to make your soccer game, number 1, cut out along black lines. Number 2, fold dotted lines. Number 3, fold back tab A and push through slot A. And number 4, fold back tab B and push through slot B. And there's like a miniature football pitch there, and the area that you roll into. Okay, so that's the back of the pack. On the bottom it's got the Hasbro 2006 user permission reproduction pack, and it's made in China. Okay, that's the pack. Let's turn it around to the front and let's have a good look at the kit itself. So I've zoomed right into the kit, and there you can see you've got the old white jersey of Tottenham Hotspur. You've got the tracksuit top there with Spurs printed on the back. As you can see, you've got the black shorts there. You've got the Tottenham Hotspur Action Man badge at the top there as well. You've got the black shorts there and the white socks. A football there and the boots, so you can also use a football to play the game if you wanted to cut out the game on the back of the card. But it is the old Spurs strip from the 1960s, 70s. So back in those days, they just literally were, there was no advertising on them. It was just literally the shirt with the badge on the left side breast. So the lapel badge is in there. You just have to apply it to the jumper. Okay, so the shirt, the tracksuit top, shorts, the socks, the ball, and the boots, and obviously the badge at the top. And just behind the back here, you've got that club history leaflet, which you can take out and read. So this pack is all still factory sealed, so I can't open it and take anything out, unfortunately. Otherwise I would, and I would put them on an Action Man and show you what the kit actually looks like. But pretty much from that image you can see on the left hand side, that is what the kit will look like. Okay, that is the set. How well did these do back in 2006? Well, for all the Action Men fans, so 2006 was almost, well, it was 22 years since Palitoy ceased trading and the last Action Man was actually produced. So everybody that was a child collecting Action Man back in the day were now grown-ups. But it was a nostalgic thing. All of the people that were the collectors, they wanted to start collecting all this set again. And so the 40th anniversary, there was massive amounts produced, figures, outfits, vehicles, all sorts of things, were copies of the original 1960s, 1970s versions. And although there was slight differences, they were supposed to be made to be slightly better than the originals, but pretty much they looked identical, almost identical to the original ones. Even the dynamic body ones looked pretty much the same. Talking mechanisms were almost the same, but updated to work better, or supposedly work better. Not quite sure that they did. But there were some updates made there. So, but collectability, it was very good, and for every adult or man who was a collector when they were a child, they basically started collecting the 40th anniversary stuff, and it sold phenomenally well. So much so that now we move on almost 20 years, 19 years since this was released. And we find that these sets now are incredibly expensive. To find an original 1960s version of this, you'd be talking, £200-300 to find a kit like this. The 40th anniversary ones are a lot less than that, but they have suddenly shot up in value over the last few years because of, again, they become the collectability. If you can imagine, in 1960s, 20 years on, in the 80s, these sets were pretty much the same price, or maybe just a few pounds more than what they were then. Of course, now, back in then when these were released in 2006, they were a little bit more expensive than what they originally were. Well, quite a bit more expensive than what they originally were. But now they're a lot more expensive than what they were when they came out in 2006. So just goes to show you how much the sets have become collectible. So 2006, do these come up? 2025 is where we are now. Do these come up very often on the platforms? Well, you do see a fair amount of 40th anniversary stuff appear on the platforms, but like I say now, it is quite expensive. So yes, you can pick them up on the platforms if you look hard enough, and if you're quite willing to pay the high prices that this series of sets are now demanding. But they do frequently appear on the platforms, both in the sealed packs and in the open variety, or just loose outfits. And sometimes they appear with the so you can buy the Action Man with the outfit on. So, but it depends what you're actually looking for. A lot of collectors just want the sets sealed as this to put in their collection. As I always say again, you be careful when you order on platforms, because some of them use stock photographs, and you could be open the page up, see an image of this, and click order, and only to find that it's not available new, it's only available used, and the one you have ordered is actually a loose set with no packaging or anything like that. So do read the item very carefully, and if it's got used only, click on the used link and read what it says, and look at the pictures that they show on there, because what you would have maybe thought you were ordering, you may well not have been. Okay, so of course you can come to us at Minus Touch Toys. Now we've managed to find quite a few different types of Action Man 40th anniversary sets, which were all from a closed down shop, which we bought during the COVID era, when quite a few of the comic and toy shops shut down, and we went in and we bought out all their stock from the shop and from their warehouse, which was the best place for me, because these comic book shops went back a long time, many years, and there was a lot of stock inside the warehouse or their stock room that have been there for many years, and we found quite a lot of different Action Man 40th anniversary outfits, and we are now making these available on our website, which you can get to very simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Action Man items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website, and there will be something for everybody. And I'm absolutely positive this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new items which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, something old that you're never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know, the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful Action Man Tottenham Hotspur football kit with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.